Alright, so this is going to be an even more unscripted video than my usual efforts, which is, it takes some doing, considering my usual videos are ramblings of a not mad enough to be interesting and not sane enough to be coherent and informative kind of person. But I'll put it out anyways, mainly to ease my own heart. Basically what I want to do, why I came on YouTube is, of course, primarily because I think I know how everything works and I want to inform everyone else of that. That's kind of a bit of a joke, but I guess everyone feels that way inside. We all think we know how things work and what's right and what's wrong, and those of us that make videos probably kind of do it for that reason, at least somewhat. But when we dig deeper, I have three things. One would be to get my personal opinions on things out there that I think maybe other people haven't thought about yet. And I'm not saying I'm not some deep thinker, but I think we all only have that much time in the day to think about things. So we've all thought about some things more than most other people have thought about that particular topic. So I think everyone should be communicating in some way with other people about those things, and YouTube is just one of those ways. But the second and the third thing are kind of things on the opposite end of the spectrum. The second thing is to disagree with people and to show my disapproval of opinions that I really disagree with. Like, people that are opposing civil rights, like gay marriage, for example. Or people that are doing horrible, horrible things to people that don't have their beliefs. For example, take the trials of non-believers which have received death sentences in Muslim countries, for example. There's a lot of things out there that I really disagree with, but of course, closer to home, creationists, and various other, I'll be serious. When it comes to creationists, I'll say clowns, because it's clownish. But, lots of other things I disagree with that might not be clownish, but I just disagree with them vehemently. Like political issues. But then there's a third reason. I'm here kind of to really talk to people that I agree with 95%. And I really want to talk about the 5% that I disagree with them with. And the reason for that is, to me, for my own, I guess, mental development, that's what's most important. When I talk to people that I completely disagree with, I hope that I can sway them. And, I guess there might be instances where they sway me. But a big reason why I'm doing it is to sway the people in the middle, the neutral people. And I'm not saying on YouTube, and in general life, no one watches me or cares about what I say anyways. It's more of, just kind of a feeling that I have that I want to do it because at least I want to be out there and try to do it. But yeah, in the instance where I'm talking to people I really disagree with, I'm actually trying to sway the middle ground, not the extremists on the other side. But when I'm talking to people that I agree with on almost everything, and there's just a little bit that we disagree with, in that instance, I'm really trying to either sway them or be swayed by them. And, I think people often take it as a kind of an aggressive thing when you know that you're almost entirely agreeing with someone, like they're in your camp, and then they come out and they criticize your position. But that's, I'm not trying to be more clever than anyone else. I'm not trying to, downplay their opinions. I'm not trying to suggest that I know better. But, it's, to me, why that's important is because I want the people in, I guess, my camp, or the people that are, I don't think it's a camp. I don't think, we're not following some leader and we go out into battle with the trumpets and but the people that I think in life will be people that have opinions that are close to mine, and they go out and try to influence other people to have opinions like mine and to have beliefs like mine. I think we should talk to each other a lot so we can make our position as strong as possible. And throughout my life, I think it kind of applies to most people unless they're very, very clever. I've been wrong more often than I've been right. In terms of, how I've changed my opinions and how I've seen certain things. But I think that's what it is all about to regular people like me who don't have any special gift for, coming up with brilliance and just, charging the front and just understanding truth from the day they were born. So to me, a lot of dialogue in my life, and hopefully on YouTube, where I'm just starting out, is to actually do a lot of, discussion with people, as I said, that I agree with, but maybe refining opinions or shaping certain rough edges about my own beliefs that I'm like, I don't know where I fall yet. And there's a lot of those areas. There's a lot of those areas when it comes to how to deal with religion. I'm an atheist, but I'm probably tending towards being a very, very kind of non-involved atheist in a lot of regards. Whether it comes to politics, I'm a big lefty, and I'm kind of becoming more left every day, but maybe I have certain ideas about humanity that are unfounded, and so on and so forth, whatever the exact topic is. The reason why I made this video is, one big reason is that, if I get into trouble, which I'm sure I will, people will be upset at me for making videos where I disagree with them. First of all, if I sound like a prick, it's probably the language barrier. I'm originally German, and my vocal range in English is, I sound kind of like a Terminator robot, must destroy. And, maybe I don't get the finesse of the English language at some points. But, also, I just have this instinctual need to get my opinion out there. No matter whether, sometimes I don't care enough, I don't do enough to phrase it in a way that is not offensive. I just get it out there, and then I realize, I actually phrased that too harshly, or just unfairly. In which case, I'm always, when you talk to me, I tend to be pretty chill, but when I'm talking to a camera, I could be, I think talking to a camera, it's a lot easier to get caught up in things and get offensive than talking to people. But I hope I'm not going to get offensive. So yeah, that was the video, which is probably at this point like freaking 10 minutes long at least, which I wanted it to be 3 minutes, but one day I'll figure out how to, you know, time manage. But yeah, so if I disagree with you, and I don't completely disagree with you, so if you're not a creationist or someone who wants to wrap your wife in, you know, several layers of clothing, or someone who wants to, you know, hate on gay people, or, you know, do terrible things to the poor, then the reason why I'm criticizing, or, you know, is just because I want to get a discussion started about something where we have a difference, where otherwise we're so similar in our beliefs. Anyways, this was Church of STFU signing off, and I hope we can have a, you know, positive discussion in the future. And if I ever come across as an ass, which I probably will, if you've watched this video, which you won't have, then just remind me and tell me, you know, it's like, remember when you were saying you don't want to be an ass, that, you know, don't be an ass, and I'll definitely try to tone it down and be chill about it. Alright, see y'all later.